afternoon. Welcome. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Hamilton County Board of County Commission meeting, October 24th, 2024. We start every meeting with silent prayer, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. So please join us in silent prayer, please. Amen.
Amen.
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And I'm going to ask everyone on the dais to introduce themselves.
Christy Rischel, Assistant Clerk.
Leslie Hervey, Clerk to the Board.
Stephanie Summerall Dumas, Commissioner.
Good afternoon. I'm County Commissioner Denise Driehaus.
Jeff Aludo, County Administrator.
Patrick Dressing, Assistant Prosecuting Attorney.
And I'm Hamilton County Commission President Alicia Reese. I make a motion to approve the minutes of the previous session.
Second?
Commissioner Reese.
Yes.
Commissioner Driehaus.
Yes.
Commissioner Summerall Dumas.
Yes.
All right, awesome. We have a presentation today. We have a proclamation recognizing Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And then we've got presentations to breast cancer survivors and doctors that will be presenting. Today is our Breast Cancer Awareness Day at the county pink, county pink. And so we're asking everybody, a lot of people have been wearing pink around our county. I wanted to say that I want to thank my colleagues. This is an initiative that I kind of brought forward. My mother passed away from breast cancer at 57 years young. But I will say that they said she only had 2 months to live, but thanks to UC Health and the Barrett Center, she lived to fight for 12 years. And went through a lot of these steps with her. We found that in Hamilton County last week we had our cancer caucus. One of the things I wanted to have a caucus to look at the state of cancer, which we want to have every year. We want it to go down, but in Hamilton County the rates have gone up. And so we had doctors and policymakers, survivors, to come together to see how we can come together like we did with COVID and be able to bring more federal money in here for more research, for more preventive care. And then also we have been doing more screenings. Our 513 relief bus, that day after the caucus, we had down at the Urban League parking lot a 513 relief cancer expo. And at the expo, we had a lot of giveaways. We had free mammograms with UC Health. We also had free prostate cancer screenings. And I always say, they told me to say for men, they got a new way, so you don't have to get scared. It's just your finger now. But a lot of men were getting screened for prostate cancer. 11,000 people have died in Hamilton County because of cancer between 2016 and today. And the rates have gone up. So we want to keep an eye on it. We want to work together to get those rates to go down. So we wanted to, our board today, I know I'll open up and see if the commissioners want to say something before we do the proclamation. We have a couple proclamations and recognition of survivors who are out here fighting this cancer and beating it, and we appreciate you. Vice President Driehaus.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Reese, for bringing this before us and highlighting Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It is so important. And having talked to some of the folks in the audience, we are here to celebrate you. We're here to celebrate the survival of people that have had breast cancer and continue to struggle with some of the side effects that can continue for a lifetime. My sister had breast cancer and she still struggles with some of the side effects from the chemotherapy, and I think she always will. But we celebrate that she's with us, she's alive. She's not much older than I am. When she had breast cancer a number of years ago, so when she was younger than me. And it really does strike you when young people get this terrible disease and have to struggle, and people of all ages. And so thank you all for being here. It's a day of celebration. It's a day of awareness to remind women to get screened, how important early detection is. And so this awareness, Commissioner Reese, is so important. So thank you again for bringing it forward.
Thank you. Commissioner Dumas.
Thank you. I agree with everything that was said. We definitely have to recognize and be aware of what's going on with women and men. Nothing to be ashamed of. For many years, people would just not want to tell people, but the research and the publicity about all the things that are available for those that are suffering is really expanding. So I thank you so much for bringing it forward also.
Thank you. As we said, cancer is an equal opportunity killer. Doesn't matter your income, doesn't matter your area code, doesn't matter your age, your race, or your gender. And that's something we're presenting this proclamation in unity regarding it. This proclamation recognizes October as Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Whereas in 1985, the American Cancer Society instituted National Breast Cancer Awareness Month as an annual campaign to raise awareness about the impact of breast cancer and to encourage women to get regular mammograms.
And whereas the National Breast Cancer Foundation estimates 1 in 8 women in the United States will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. And according to the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, an estimated 42,000 women and 500 men die from breast cancer annually in the United States. And whereas breast cancer is the most common cancer in American women, aside from skin cancer, and on average, every 2 minutes, a woman is diagnosed with breast cancer in the United States. And whereas, according to the CDC, 1 out of every 100 breast cancer diagnoses in the United States occurs in men.
And whereas in 2024, there were over 4 million breast cancer survivors in the United States, including those still undergoing treatment and those who have completed treatment. And whereas Hamilton County in 2024 hosted its first annual State of Cancer event, recognizing the significant efforts of healthcare professionals, cancer survivors, advocates, and organizations dedicated to cancer prevention, treatment, and research with on-the-spot health services. And whereas the Hamilton County Sheriff's Department and the Cincinnati Police Department wear pink badges annually in the month of October in support of Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Whereas in Hamilton County, numerous organizations and partners continue to support breast cancer patients, conduct vital research for a cure, and educate the community about the importance of early detection, including the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office, the American Cancer Society, Making Strides Against Breast Cancer, UC Health, the Barrett Cancer Center, Tri-Health, Sinai Temple number 59, Shriners and Court number 35, Daughters, the Susan G. Komen Foundation, the Cincinnati Police Department, the Cincinnati Fire Department, the Butts Foundation, and the Black and White Cancer Survivors Foundation. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed, the Hamilton County Commissioners, on behalf of its residents and the entire community, encourages all residents and community members to recognize the significance of breast cancer awareness, early detection, and the vital role of support systems for individuals and families affected by this disease. We commend the ongoing efforts of healthcare professionals, researchers, and advocacy organizations in the fight against breast cancer and urge everyone to participate in educational initiatives, screenings, and support networks to foster a healthier and more informed community. Be it further proclaimed that the Board of County Commissioners of Hamilton County, Ohio, does hereby proclaim October 2024 as Breast Cancer Awareness Month in all of Hamilton County. Now, what we're going to do, each of those organizations will receive a copy of this proclamation. As I say your name, just come on up and get the certificates, and we'll take a group photo. Each of us will. Okay. And Hamilton County Sheriff's Office. I know I saw Sheriff McGuffey earlier. She may have to leave. The American Cancer Society, Making Strides Against Breast Cancer. Come on up. UC Health, the Barrett Cancer Center, Tri-Health, Sinai Temple 59 and Court, the Susan G. Coleman Foundation, Cincinnati Police Department, Cincinnati Fire Department, the Butts Foundation, and the Black and White Cancer Survivors Foundation. Come on in. Each of you should have. Okay, we gotta get half on this side. We're gonna move this way. Which way you want this?
Oh, all right.
Two rows, okay. So we just stand right here? Our doctors to say a word on behalf of Breast Cancer Awareness Month and some of the research. So will you introduce yourself and everyone?
Sure. I'm Dr. Alicia Heelan. I'm a breast cancer surgeon.
Dr. Eric Baumgarten, one of the radiologists.
I'm Dr. Sarah Sittenfeld. I'm a radiation oncologist.
We want to thank the Board of County Commissioners for their leadership and efforts in this area. As you guys all already stated, 1 in 8 women are affected by breast cancer, and men can get breast cancer as well. UC Health is doing a lot of research in this area to help increase survival. In general, survival is very high for breast cancer, but early detection is key. And so getting mammograms are the way that we can detect breast cancer early and lead to good outcomes. So we encourage all women to get their mammograms starting at age 40 and to report symptoms to their doctors. Should they have breast masses or nipple discharge or skin changes, they should speak with their doctor about this at any age. And same thing with men. So symptoms should be discussed with your primary care and get your mammograms, and they can guide you through the right steps for you as a patient. But early detection is key.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. You come every year with us, and thank you. We'll be working
Thank you
together.
for having us.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, now we have our honorees, and I'm going to start. I know we had a lot of folks that called us. No one turned away. So I'm going to start with Commissioner Driehaus, and we got the certificates here. I hope they're in order. Ada, they are in order? Tiffany. Hold on. Let me make sure I got them in order. You have Barb. Okay. My staff is just shaking their head while I'm on TV.
And you roll
They're like,
in.
yes. They're shaking their heads. It's there. It's there. And we're going to get it. This is too important. It's here, but I just have to get the order that they have. Probably here. There we go. Let's look at this. Here it is. There you go. Yeah, you go ahead and say the person, and
All right,
we'll have them.
Barb Linzer, please come forward. Thank you for being here. I know you've been struggling with breast cancer, and I really appreciate your survival story and you being here so that we can recognize and celebrate.
Come back this way. We're going to have everybody stand, and we'll give them. Go ahead and give her her certificate.
Okay, we have Angela Hilton. Is she here? She can make it? Okay, we'll save this for her.
Read Need some more of these.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Okay. Dr. Elizabeth Shaughnessy. You give me that one.
I gave you a hard one.
That was on purpose, I think. Terry Jones Morris. Come forward, please. Thank you for coming.
Yep.
Oh, she's not coming. So, okay, very good.
Or is she on your behalf? Come on up and
Okay,
accept
yeah,
it. Director
okay.
Patton on her behalf.
And we have Shania Robertson.
Shauna, come on up. Withrow, she's a Withrow type. From my class.
There you go. Thank you for coming. Yeah.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
Okay, Shannon Barron. Shannon coming from the back, there she is.
If you have someone here who can represent the person to take it to them,
And
come on up.
Monique Kemper.
You have-
Angela Hilton, Bishop Hilton will come up for his sister.
Okay. Stay up here. Tiffany Fisher. Jackie Taggart Boyd. We want to also thank Jackie for the reception, helping us put that together. And Florence Malone Crump. Sharon Sierra King, and we have accepted on her behalf. Somebody accepted on her behalf. Yes. Let's give a big round of applause to all our survivors. Jackie, come on this side.
Nobody on my side.
Oh, I thought we were bouncing around.
We want to see men too.
Valerie, come on this side. You gotta bounce it up.
Thanks, Alicia.
No, we can't see you. Can you see? Can you see everybody?
You can't see me.
The president wants. Hold on. She's representing her mom.
Oh, I'm all right. Still going. Get your. We good? All right. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
My class. Sit there first.
And I brought my daughter today.
The cheerleader.
I'm just going to say that ends the ceremony. So you all are welcome to stay for our meeting, but if you have to go, we completely understand.
Did you give her the card?
All right. I want to also thank my staff, Veda Stevens, my chief of staff, for pulling this together quickly. Thank you. And Deontay Morris. Thank y'all both. We've got more cake out there. You can get some on your way out. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Now we'll go to public comment. And we have one on Zoom. Carrie Davis. Can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am. Ready?
Yes, we're ready.
I'm sorry. First off, I love your proclamation as having breast cancer myself. I appreciate that, but I would much rather see the Board of Commissioners invoke policy that supports this proclamation. Denise Driehaus accepted $8,000 from Rumpke and gutted the rules that would dictate where landfills can be, and thereby exposed us all to higher risk of cancer, particularly childhood brain cancer. And that's from a study conducted by UC and Children's Hospital. So lip service doesn't work for me. I want to see policy change, and I'd like Denise to resign from the committee for accepting that bribe money from Rumpke. Two other issues I'd like to share. Some years ago, I filed a lawsuit against the NFL to prohibit monopolies from extorting stadiums from various jurisdictions. The one thing that survived in that lawsuit that was supported by Todd Portune, he backed me in my lawsuit, and I won you guys the right to advocate on behalf of the best interest of residents, seeing what's going on in Cleveland. They are using my ruling from the courts that I fought hard for while everybody said I was a nut job. And they are using it and getting $2 billion stadium at no cost to taxpayers. The third thing I would like to address is the Veteran Service Commission. I ask that you do not allow Denise Driehaus to talk you down from appointing members to that committee. This community voted overwhelmingly for Democrats and Democratic values, and that board is overwhelmingly held by conservatives and led by conservatives. And when you give money, that money should be followed up with action. And that action would be to have democratic principles on that commission. So I ask that you do these three things. Do not provide lip service to those of us suffering, and follow that up with policy that protects residents and children from the cancer risks associated with living close to a landfill that accepts toxins from all over the tri-state. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll open it up now for comments from the commission, Board of Commissioners. Oh, we have another speaker. Huh? Okay, we have one more. Derek Blassingame, and then that's for closing out.
All right. It's my opportunity. I appreciate the opportunity to address this board. The other day, I chimed in and just saw you all were having a presentation by Strategies to End Homelessness, seeking funding or continuation of funding for that organization. I wanted to chime in that the Hamilton County, Ohio, including the city of Cincinnati, needs to start evaluating individuals who have been banned, kicked out, or pretty much blacklisted from a lot of the shelters in Fulton County and Hamilton and the city of Cincinnati. Taxpayers continue to put money into these organizations such as strategies to end homelessness, and you have an entire population of vulnerable homeless individuals who have mental illnesses. Some of them, and many of them, are former veterans with mental illnesses who don't have a safety net because they have been banned from these entities that taxpayers are funding. They have not been giving any due process. They have not been giving any appeals rights. They have not been giving any information about their rights or how to get back into those shelters or how to get access to homeless services because they've been banned by those shelters. And because Hamilton County and the city of Cincinnati has put this process in place that you have to go through the process, such as strategies, or one of the agencies that benefits from strategies to end homelessness, you have to go through the process. And if you can't get into a shelter, then you can't be a part of the process. So essentially, we've created a population of individuals who are vulnerable to the streets, who are homeless, and we don't provide services to them, nor do we hold them accountable, these agencies accountable, to know why are these individuals banned, how the number of these individuals that are banned from your facilities, and why. I think taxpayers should know that because we are paying you, and we cannot afford to have people homeless or outside if there's no explanation for why you're receiving our money, our taxpayer money, and putting people out permanently and not giving them any type of safety net or pathway to those services for homeless prevention in Hamilton County. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Commissioner Dumas wanted to respond to this.
Mr. Blassingame?
I'm present.
Yeah, if you have any names, specifically, if you could send them to my email of those who have been banned from the homeless shelters, I would like to look into that more.
Well, I can tell you from a personal experience. In 2020, I was banned from several shelters. It was almost like a cycle of me going from shelter to shelter, desperate and homeless during the pandemic. So I can tell you from a personal level, I'll definitely send you an email about that. Okay. But there needs to be some accountability, because if there's no other access to those entry points, then I don't have access to those. And that's one of the reasons why I moved out of the state of Ohio and moved to the state of Georgia, because they had a better safety net for individuals like myself. And so we need to be holding these agencies accountable, because where else does somebody go to get into the process to prevent homelessness, or to get them off the street, or to get them into those services? And I'm not just speaking for myself, but I've read articles of a commissioner in reference to other individuals that I knew personally, and they died out in the streets. So we need to take care of those individuals.
Sorry to interrupt you, but we usually don't ask questions or give input, but I would like to know specifically about your circumstances. When you send it to me, that would be great for me to get a better understanding. Okay?
I definitely do that. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we'll open up for commissioners. Vice President Driehaus, any comments or resolutions?
Thank you, Commissioner. No comments or no resolutions. I just did want to thank you again for bringing the Breast Cancer Awareness Month in front of us. It's always a great celebration, annual celebration. Thank you for doing that. Also want to recognize the Chamber of Commerce for a very successful Blink weekend. I was just talking to Michael Patton, who evidently had a son that was part of a performance at Findlay Market. I didn't realize his son was out there. I saw Michael there, but it was really a tremendous event. It had millions of people visiting, and in addition to the visual art that lit up the buildings and promoted the architecture and the creativity of our community, there were a lot of entertainment venues this year that really added a lot of music and a lot of a festival kind of vibe to the event. So congratulations to the Chamber and those that worked on the event. Another successful Blink event that drove economic development, by the way, in Hamilton County, so thank them for that. Also wanted to mention the pitch night that we all attended. That was a lot of fun. I've never participated in a pitch night before, but we were able to help a few small businesses with their endeavors, so I thought that was a great initiative from the commission and enjoyed participating in that. Something else that I offered a proclamation that we all signed regarding lead-free kids in our communities. So there is an organization, it's the Ohio Healthy Homes Network, and they have pulled down dollars, particularly from the state of Ohio, into local communities to try to remove lead from homes. So many homes in Hamilton County were built before lead paint was banned in 1978. And so we are trying to remediate those homes. It's a very expensive endeavor, but we recently got a grant for $5 million and are partnering with some local organizations, including LISC and Habitat, and PwC is doing this work as well to make sure that we can remove lead from homes to make those homes lead-free for kids. And then others talked about removing lead from the water lines. So there's an effort happening in our community. It's not enough. There are many, many homes that have lead paint and lead window frames, and so we need to do more, but it is an inflection point where we're doing more than we have in the past, and I did want to recognize that and thank the Ohio Healthy Homes Network for their work in bringing that money down to the localities throughout the state of Ohio. Also, right now, the Ohio Pay Equity Learning Summit is taking place over at the Chamber of Commerce building. This is a collaborative between the Commission on Women and Girls, Eloquate, and the Women's Fund to try to encourage employers to embrace pay equity and give them the tools that they need to do that. So whether it's not asking for pay history when people enter a workforce or doing an evaluation as to whether or not they do practice pay equity, it's a really important topic that many people have been talking about for many, many years. And so the summit was well attended, great panels, people from all over the country came in to speak. And so thank you to Mary Mounty, the director of the Commission on Women and Girls, for her efforts on this front. This bubbled up from the Commission on Women and Girls, but it is one of, I think, probably more annual summits related to pay equity to, again, try to get employers to embrace what others are doing in this community by way of paying people equal wage for equal work. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Commissioner Dumas.
Thank you so much. I'm going to kind of flip my announcements and go straight to Mr. Jason Winbush, who is here. He's a recipient of the Inspire Initiative, the Young CEO program, and you were patient and sat for a while. And I'd like for you to come forward and just tell the board about how Inspire has helped you.
Okay, thank you. Like she said, my name is Jason Winbush. You want me to control this? Okay. Let me go with the first slide. How I'm the Young CEO program. We supplement education, entrepreneurship, work training program. So we are in Southern Baptist Church in Avondale. That's where we have our base operations. Your Inspire grant had helped us fund a frozen lemonade machine. And so from the frozen lemonade machine, we work with community activists like Pastor Tate. He bought so many Frozens that we gave away as a back to school program. We did that with several churches, and we also do it with Went Woods High School and elementary school. We were working on a high school. That's a cheerleading fundraiser that we were doing with them. Our program, this is how we supplement some of our funds as well. So we do like a 20% for their participation, and then we keep the other 80. We teach the kids about how to fundraise and how to basically work together in the community trying to help. Our program, we have podcasts, we have a car for a simulator. So basically we say cars for careers, not cars for crimes. As you know, today in Winton Hills, there was a drive-by shooting. And so Channel 19 that came out and did a story on our program. And so basically we say cars for careers, not cars for crimes. We want them to understand that there are opportunities in the racing, or if you want to fabricate cars, if you want to design cars. We don't want our underprivileged communities just think using cars to commit crimes, as that's the only opportunity. So we're trying to get them involved with that. We also are a earn and learn program. So we pay our kids $10 an hour. And so we have tests. So literally, like, we take a pre-test and a post-test so we can have the measurable so they can see what they have learned. We do Google Docs, so people want to see what they've learned. We have that. We could pull it up. And so the picture on the left is at the Avondale Library. And we have 11 kids right now, 9 boys and 2 girls. We have serviced over 40. We have worked with the Avondale Youth Council for 2 years, servicing all of their children. We would like to do the Winton Woods kids because they don't have any after school program whatsoever. And they have 4,000 kids. So we had just started. Like, we want to go from 40 to 4,000, like if we can. Because with your grant, we are reaching out and trying to help. We also have a bus, which is our youth and family mental wellness bus.
Great.
We were at the Hamilton County Back to School at dawn with Commissioner Reese, and we've been in Wind Terrace at other functions with the 513 bus. And we're trying to get we understand if you're using guns, most of the time you're not in a good mental space. So we're trying to reach our families so they understand how to solve problems before it get to a point where other people have to step in. So we want them to recognize that they might need help and be able to have some coping skills so they can call. So we got the first phase done, and we're trying to get the second phase, which is the interior design, so we can go around to those communities along with the 513 bus and other partners in the community, pass out those resources. If the cops or somebody might need us to come for a crisis, so somebody could come on there and calm down to remove themselves from the atmosphere, just trying different things, and then just do some preventative work in the community. Ain't always going to be just passing out things, but some family fun activities. Pretty much that's us in a nutshell. So like I said, we had taken your grant and we have stretched it to the max. I've met with health commissioner. We talked about some things to do in the Winton Woods area as well. So we are here. We want to say thank you. If there's anything else that we can do, please let us know. On a side note, my mom deals with breast cancer, and I met some of the other people at other functions, before. And so we're our mental health bus. When my mom was telling me about those situations, I was like, a lot of families need, some wellness. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't just youth gun violence. We had a young lady in our program who tried to commit suicide last month. And she was at the Donald Lawrence performance. She had got out in time, she was at that performance. And so we have people that we're trying to help immediately, but then we know that there's also people who are outside of our scope who we would like to reach, but we're just trying to get there. So with your help, we can complete those tasks. So that is the Young CEO program.
Great, thank you. I'm sure my colleagues will want to say something. I wanted to make sure Alice Bledsoe, who coordinates the program, is here. I usually have you come up, but thank you for having him come today. So.
I'll open it up, Vice President Treehouse.
Thank you. Thanks for being here. It sounds like a very inspiring program, and I look forward to your future growth. When you say the health commissioner, do you mean Grant Mussman, or do you mean?
I met with both. I met
Okay.
with Greg and Mussman.
Okay, all right.
I met Greg at a cancer thing about a month ago, roughly at UC.
Okay, great. Well, I look forward to the continued partnership. Thank you.
Thank you for the work that you're doing. Certainly, I know you're from Auntie Annie, you have your own business, and we got a chance to talk at the Youth Empowerment Day we had with the 513 Relief Bus, and the fact that your bus is called Mental Health Bus, which is mobile, I think is really a big deal. So again, I'm just the work that you're doing. I always get questions. What are you all doing for the youth and violence? And these are the type of programs, like you said, but want to be able to expand it to more youth. So I do want to thank Commissioner Dumas for bringing you forward, and Alice for bringing you forward, because as you said, we do money, we don't give it out, but you have to apply for it. But a lot of times we don't know what happened after that. What was the ROI? Who got helped? So that's really good. So thanks for bringing him forward today. Thanks for being here today. Thanks for all you do out in the community at the street level, directly with the youth. And saving someone from committing suicide is no small task. That's a big deal. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. I have a few other items. We talked about Blink earlier, and I just wanted to congratulate my niece, who was like the last stop on the Blink travelway. She was on the stage playing her. She was selected to play her flute, and they sent me a video of that. And I just wanted to congratulate her publicly. So Thursday, I had the White House briefing, It was a little more interesting this time. I wanted to just tell you guys a couple things they brought up. Manny Lamar, who's the Deputy Assistant Secretary for the Employment and Training Administration for the U.S. Department of Labor, talked about the National Apprenticeship Week, which we can't make them all. Everybody's coming up with something every week and every day to celebrate. Maybe we'll be able to do something next year for that. And then there was a fact sheet that came out. Samir Hussein, who's the Senior Policy Advisor for the White House Office of Faith-Based and Neighborhood Partnerships, talked about the fact sheet, the Biden-Harris administration, they take new action against anti-Arab hate. And so they're sending out statements to let people know to be aware and not to be hateful toward really anyone, but they picked that specific culture to talk about. And then Caitlin Vitez, who is a higher education liaison for the Office of Communications and Outreach at the Department of Education, indicated that President Biden announced over $1 million for public service workers who have received student loans to cancel their debt. So you'll be hearing more about that.
Is that $1 billion, right? Or
What did I say?
1 million.
Oh, no, it said 1 million, and I printed it off of there. Okay. But he's probably given about that much, at least, yeah. This was additional money, so 1 million more.
Awesome.
Thank you, though, for that. Let's see. So on Friday, the AFL-CIO banquet, my chief of staff did attend that, and I thank him for going there. I heard they had him singing several songs at the banquet. Did you guys go there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Was he
we were
pretty
there.
good? I didn't hear.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Bishop.
That's what
Him and Brian were doing a duet. I don't know what
Really?
they had a sing-off.
Okay. And then on Monday, the EMA Executive Committee meeting, I attended that on Monday afternoon. And then the Pitch and Empower program that we had on Tuesday that evening was just awesome. And that was an idea of yours, Madam President, and it worked out really well. We had a lot of, I think it was like 7 or 8 finalists, 8. Yeah, and they presented their information. It was their baby that they've been carrying forever as far as their vision, their ideas of what business should move forth. And so they were awesome. The winner was Chelsea Clark, who is a Forest Park Council member. She won, all of them were winners, let's say that first. She won first place, the $5,000 for her STEM lab business that she has, which will lead me into my next comment. This morning I had a webinar with the Jobs Ohio board, and they talked about, well, Governor DeWine was on the virtual, and he spoke about monies being approved to expand the workforce. And the outstanding problem right now is a lack of workforce. They need more workers just all over, infrastructure, manufacturing. Especially, they focus on the STEM programs and the careers. STEM is science, technology, engineering, and math skills. The STEM careers are growing dramatically, tremendously, but they don't have enough people to fill those jobs. So if you have young people, old people, middle age like me, that would want to do something, a new career, they need you. The money is there and the opportunity is there. So think about it. In addition, the board talked about the success of the Forbes Under 30 Summit that was just held in Cincinnati. And they said 3,000 people registered and possibly another 1,000 were unregistered that came. And the participants were from 66 countries and 44 U.S. states. And 57% of them were out of the state of Ohio. And the next one will be in Columbus. And I think that's all I have, unless I think of something else.
Thank you very much. I want to also congratulate Blink, certainly an international affair for our county, city, and region. People came from all over and all over the world. I want to commend the Chamber, Greater Cincinnati Chamber of Commerce, as well as Justin Brookhart, who is the director now of Blink, to bring in all of these different folks. I mean, they had everything. I mean, they had everything. Everything from a fashion show, the show that says, I'm trying to think, Project Runway, the young lady from Cincinnati, Asa, who came back to town. She's in New York now, came back to Cincinnati and did a fashion show that was unbelievable under the lights. I didn't know how you could do it in the dark. And she brought the fashions. But to bring back people also that were from Cincinnati that are doing big things, artists, and then, I mean, the art was amazing, and to have the music, and I'm trying to think, is it G? I'm trying to think of the artist. I'll think of it before it's over. But his work has been all over the world, and he's from Cincinnati. He's here, and he had a major, massive. So every building, every street you could think of had an installation. But I am very proud about the kicking it off at the parade in front of between the two stadiums, from our Paycor Stadium to Great American Ballpark Stadium, and everything in between. And I was happy to host the official watch party at the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. 2 years ago, we had an installation there, but the Walk of Fame wasn't open yet. And we were telling people it's coming, it's coming. And to see everyone there with their families, and the Walk of Fame, which has now 61,000 before Blink. And I'm told Blink now almost 20,000 additional people came through that weekend. And so I want to thank them, and also thank the team down there, because we ran the light show every 30 minutes. So you can also see the drone show. So it was a lot of dancing, a lot of having fun. I had a great time. And I want to also acknowledge and thank one of our 2024 influencer inductees that came down as a pop-up. We hadn't planned it or anything, Big Rob. And he came in, boy, did he have an outfit on for Blink. I mean, he had all kind of stuff on and lights everywhere with leather, and the back had a screen going and people were taking pictures. It was so great. So it seems like Blink had something for everybody, and everybody participated. And I was happy to be a part of it. I want to thank DJ J-Do, who was the DJ for the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame all weekend long, and had some great pictures and sing-alongs, and line dancing was going. I mean, everything was going. Kids were playing on the beat machine, and they were taking videos. Grandma had the grandkids down there. It was just great diversity. Everybody was just dancing the night away. So just wanted to highlight that. And I want to say we had a safe event. It was safe. Everybody's having a great time, and it was safe. But everybody was on one accord. Everybody was in on it. Everybody was blink, blink, blink. So really, really want to thank everyone that had something to do with putting it together, because it's very hard to put something like that together. In addition to that, I want to say Commissioner Dumas also mentioned Forbes and their numbers. And I want to say that Forbes happened at the Andrew Brady Center right next to the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. And Forbes Black publication did a publication on the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. And the CEO of Forbes, I got a chance to give him a tour. And then he's on video saying there's nothing like this in the country, the CEO of Forbes. So you all check out the Forbes in Black magazine, because they have a spread in terms of talking about the great things of our interactive Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame and the technology. They were very impressed with the technology. In addition, you've already talked about the AFL-CIO dinner. I was at the EMA meeting. I chaired that meeting. We were there. Good information at that meeting as well. And I want to thank Kelly Adamson, who is our economic development person, as well as Holly, who just walked in. I want to thank her as well. But this was, I think, Kelly's first big project that we had, and she did an awesome job. Her and Holly and everyone that was involved to be able to bring the vision to reality of our county's first ever pitch night. I remember being out and someone asking me, "What are you doing?" "Oh, they're going to fire Chief. We got your proclamation." Chief is out in the hallway. The fire chief's in the hallway. But I just want to thank everyone. I was out and someone was asking me, "What are y'all doing for young entrepreneurs in the county?" I said, "Wait a minute. We got a pitch night. What are you talking about?" And these entrepreneurs presented, all these ideas. I'm glad we weren't judges because I was like, this one wins and that one wins. Everybody wins. But I do want to thank my colleagues for supporting this. And I was able to get it in the budget. And now we got to see it come to fruition. And all of the great ideas that came forward, and they're all winners in my book. But we were able to give out almost $10,000 to help them with their ideas, keep it going, and expand them. So we're very excited about that. It was just done so good at Memorial Hall, and everything was just really, really top notch. And that's what we want in Hamilton County. When we show up, we're top notch. When we show up, we're doing it with quality and class, and we're doing it as one Hamilton County. We had people from Harrison to Forest Park to the city of Cincinnati that all participated in the pitch night. And one of the things that they wanted me to make sure I say that each of them will receive one-on-one business coaching, group and individual training, access to funding, and incubator services. And Alloy is our partner for our Office of Small Business. It's our first ever Office of Small Business, and we're hitting it out the ballpark. We had a small business day twice at Sharonville Convention Center, 2,000 businesses showing up, not just getting little leaflets. People were there to help them, deal rooms, connect them with contracts. Amazing. This board stepping up, $17 million in grants for small businesses. We really did put our money where our mouth is to support the small businesses. In addition, we've got an Office of Small Business that can continue to connect you, and we got a new product, helping small businesses own their buildings. You don't want to rent all the time because you get the wrong landlord, they'll raise the rate, and then you're out of business. So now we're trying to get ownership for small businesses. We got $500,000 that we put into a fund. It took me 3 years. But Mr. Ludo, we figured it out with the prosecutor's office and everybody. Now Alloy and Greg Forte, I want to give him a big shout out. Pete Longo, Alloy team. You go there and they can help you with, I think it's 504 loan. But once you get the loan, they say you got to put some money down. And most people, small business, don't have extra money. So we have a product. You meet all these criteria, we'll help put some funding down, and we don't take equity out of your business. That's a big deal. So please, don't tell me what Hamilton County's not doing with small businesses. Our board, we're stepping up, our administration. We've got products out there that no one else has right now to help small businesses. So call the Office of Small Business, ask for Greg Forte, tell them we told you to call them. And they've got a variety of things to help. Our goal is to be number one for small businesses. So again, thank you everybody that participated. Thanks to our judges. We had some outstanding judges, and we had partners, Alloy, African American Chamber, Main Street Ventures, and Mortar, along with the Office of Small Business. So we do everything with a partnership. So that's what I had. But our fire chief, I think he had to go grab him he had to get his proclamation. I got your proclamation. Our fire chief is here before he has to put out another fire. I see him in the hallway. We have a proclamation. Come on up here. Tell them hello so they know who you are. Say hello.
Hello, Frank McKinley, Cincinnati Fire Department. Glad to be here. Glad to be in support of all these initiatives and just really wanted to show my support. We had a very busy day this morning, and so the cause is amazing.
Well, thank you. We see you with your pink on. Come get your proclamation. Take a quick picture with our board. Thank you. We make exceptions when the fire chief shows up.
Two.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Chief. That's all I have. I'll turn it over to.
Excuse me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Commissioner.
I just wanted to make a clarification because I'm glad you brought up, if I could for a minute, about the $1 million, because I said, I know they've given more than that. So I just wanted to clarify what I said for anybody that's listening. The administration made an announcement that 1 million public service workers will receive student debt relief through the public service loan forgiveness. So it was people and not money. So thank you for raising that.
Thank you. Mr. Aludo.
Thank you, Commissioners. Just a quick comment. Just also want to congratulate a couple of Hamilton County employees on, I believe it was Tuesday night, the Greater Cincinnati chapter of the American Society for Public Administration gave out their the awards that they do every year. And we actually had 2 county employees that won Career Achievement Awards. So Mike Kramer, who's assistant director with the Department of Environmental Services, and Greg Jarvis, who's the finance director in the auditor's office, both received Career Achievement Awards. I just wanted to put out a congratulations to both of those employees for a job well done.
Yeah, congratulations.
On to the agenda, Commissioners, and there actually is no regular agenda today. It's all consent agenda, so I'll just go through that fairly quickly for you here. Item number 1 is a resolution authorizing an agreement with Wholesale Supply Bright. This is for $5 million worth of the purchase of mobile data computers. This is from the Clear Levy. So this is the purchase of 900 mobile data computers for public safety agencies across the county in accordance with that levy's purpose. $2.7 million of those dollars are going to be reimbursed by the participating public safety jurisdictions. Item number 2 is a budget adjustment. The first is there's several things in this adjustment. There is the allocation of the 2024 budgeted earmark for bike trails to the TID. There is a transfer within juvenile court. There's also a travel allocation within juvenile court. Item number 3 is a then and now under Job and Family Services. This is for the payment of emergency alerting services through Job and Family Services. Item number 4 is 2 purchase orders. It's a resolution approving 2 purchase orders. The first is for 20 radios in the sheriff's office. These are emergency communication radios. The second is for a contract in the Court of Common Pleas for case management consulting services. Item number 5 is a resolution accepting a then and now. This is a purchase through Arethia Renfro for $2,490. Item number 6 is a resolution authorizing the award and execution of an agreement between Graybach LLC and the Board of County Commissioners. This is for renovation of the Dane Avenue Animal Shelter at $2.62 million. Item number 7 is a resolution accepting a credit card fee in Stadia and parking and authorizing its release. It's $29. Item number 8 is a resolution authorizing an agreement with Carriage House Farms. This is for a composting grant through the Department of Environmental Services, $233,884. We have several G11 waivers through the Human Resources Department. G11, and this is typically for folks watching at home, these are resolutions that we pass as we begin negotiations primarily with public safety units, and it allows us to essentially, for lack of a better term, go retro with salaries and wages should negotiations take a longer period of time. So we have G11 waivers with the FOP Ohio Labor Council for the enforcement sergeants and lieutenants. Item number 10 is a G11 waiver with the enforcement captains and court services captains. Item 11 is a G11 waiver with the Hamilton County Communications Center Supervisor 1s. Item number 12 is approving and journalizing a collective bargaining agreement between the Board of County Commissioners and the Hamilton County Sheriff's Association representing enforcement and court services officers. Items 13 and 14 are JFS items. 13 is a renewal between the Hamilton County Mental Health and Recovery Services Board and the Board of County Commissioners on behalf of JFS for behavioral health care services at $3.886 million. Item number 14 is a resolution approving an amendment of an agreement with Modern Health Labs for substance abuse screening services. Item number 15 is a resolution authorizing an agreement with KLKP Ventures. This is $125,000 for the rehab of 5 building units in Reading, Ohio through our home investment partnership funding. Item number 16 is requesting travel authorization to employees in the county treasurer's office to Columbus, Ohio, and that is your consent agenda, Commissioners.
Thank you. I'll open it up. Vice President Driehaus, any questions?
I just wanted to make a comment related to item number 8, which is the agreement between Environmental Services and Carriage House Farms. So this deals with composting, as the administrator said, and in the plan, the 5-year plan for this department, there was quite a bit of talk about organics and composting and how we can do more to divert waste from the landfill that really doesn't belong there. And so I am thrilled to see this partnership. We're trying to create these partnerships in many different areas in the county so that they're accessible to people that live in those areas and really do try to reduce that waste that could otherwise go to an organics facility from going into the landfill. So kudos to Michelle Balls and her team for continuing to push these grants forward.
Awesome. Commissioner Dumas?
Thank you. Just a few comments. Item number 6, we're allocating, if we approve, the $2.6 million for renovation on the Dane Avenue Animal Shelter. Just for whoever's listening, we are still looking at building a new shelter for animals, but in the meantime, we need to have one that has quality for the animals that are in the current one. So that's why we're doing a renovation of that one. Nothing has changed. We're still looking forward to that. And items 10 through 12 are all bargaining agreements. And I just want to thank all of those who work so hard, our staff, the unions, everyone who works, because this doesn't come overnight when you get 3 different bargaining units that agree to come up with something that everybody can live with. So I want to thank our staff and also the unions for that. Just a quick question about item 14. John, on the substance abuse screening, is that for employees, parents, or what is that?
These are for families that might be involved with children's services. Okay. So this contract is just modifying an existing contract to add an additional substance for screening, ma'am.
Okay, and so the reason why it's 0 is because it's coming out of your levy monies, or?
It's 0 because we already have a contract, and this is just modifying the contract to add another item.
Okay, okay. Yes, thank you. That's all I had.
Thank you. I make a motion to approve and accept for the record items 1 through 16.
Second.
Commissioner Reese?
Yes.
Commissioner Driehaus?
Yes.
Commissioner Summer Dumas?
Yes.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Commissioner Reese?
Yes.
Commissioner Driehaus?
Yes.
Commissioner Summer Dumas?
Yes.